My guest tonight is David Endersey, TW18 Business Media. Now, David helps businesses with social media profile setup and also training in Facebook, Twitter, and also Google+.
Because I think the problem that people have with social media is they dabble in it a little bit and then they say it's not working for me and they wonder why it isn't working. The number of Twitter accounts I see where they say, I'm on Twitter, I tried it, it didn't work for me, and you'll look at their Twitter account and the first day there's 10 tweets or 15 tweets, and then you look a week later and there's 2 or 3, and then 3 months later it's just dropped to nothing. There are lots of people out there promoting their business, forgetting that what we're trying to do is promote the person behind the business and trying to get some of the personality of that business across. I mean, if you say to somebody, what do you want to achieve from your social media, which is probably the first question you should be saying when you're sitting down saying, I want to do social media, it's why do you want to do it? What are you trying to achieve? And most small business owners will say, well, I want to get more sales from it. And most big companies have, as you say, have got a dedicated customer service team on social media, and you'll get a response normally within an hour. What I say to them is, it's past now, is that it's going to evolve. It's part of the marketing network now, and it may change, and people may move from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to Tumblr or whatever, but there will always be now, I think, a place for social media in your marketing. What do you want your social media to achieve? If you want to achieve visitors to your website, well, make sure that your website's worth visiting, which there are hundreds of social media platforms. Some are very niche markets for people, but there are more and more coming on all the time. So it's a question of looking at, as I said, where are your customers likely to be, and marketing to those people. Especially in the early days, would connect their Facebook and Twitter accounts together, and so you would see obscure Facebook posts that had, retweet at somebody or other, and just a couple of lines of text, and you'd think this doesn't really look very good on Facebook. Or you'd have on the Twitter account, you'd see a Facebook link which obviously had a picture to it that you couldn't see. So just if you are looking at, because we all want to save time, that's, we're all short of time, people are doing it themselves, you're looking for time-saving applications, but just be careful, on the platforms that you actually connect. When you are Googled, not only will your website come up, but your Facebook page and your Twitter will come up as well, so you'll appear there. There's 3 questions that I think you should be asking yourself when you start off, and they are, why have you joined social media? What is your purpose in joining it? What is your brand's actual purpose, if you've got a brand or your company, and what do you actually want to achieve from your social media? And these are all going to be different answers for different people, but once you've got that, then you can decide, once you know what you want to achieve, then you can start looking at how you're going to do that, and that will give you guidance as to which platforms you should be on. It's having the big picture and then breaking it down into smaller chunks of how I'm going to achieve that. And obviously that is different for more or less every company. Different companies have different ways of what they actually want to achieve. They've got different resources behind it as well, so you've got to be realistic about what you're going to achieve. So if you're purely a B2B person, then again, LinkedIn is probably one of those that you don't actually think of as a social media channel so much. It's finding the platform your audience is on, not the platform you like using. You may love putting images up on Instagram, but if you are marketing to the over 50s, the good thing for small business is that you can have 5 social media platforms on it, so you can run your Twitter, your Facebook, your Google+, your Pinterest from one platform. Thank you very much. I think the key thing that I would say is, as we said time and time again, is why do you want to be on social media and what are you trying to achieve from it? Then look to see where your customers are, find the right platforms and be realistic with what you can achieve. Look at the resources that you've got to post your social media. If it's just you doing it, then set aside a certain amount of time. Don't be too ambitious with it. And remember to interact with people and actually be social with them.